Bumblebee, which is this one is a prequel. So on Cybertron, the Autobots are losing the war against the Decepticons.
Just say that again.
Cybertron, the planet,
right?
Autobots, Decepticons. I mean, like you're asking me, you know how I feel about Transformers. Okay, so this scout called B-127 is sent to Earth to set up base for the others to follow. So he arrives on Earth, and when he arrives on Earth, so this is a prequel, it's a Transformers prequel. He arrives on Earth, takes on the shape of a beaten-up beetle, which is acquired from a junkyard by Charlie Watson, who is played by Haley Steinfeld, who's terrific. So she is an outsider. She's grieving for her lost father. She hates her new stepfather. She feels isolated. She gets this car, which she's going to do up. It turns into a Transformer, and it becomes her friend. But because it's a Transformer, it's likely to attract the authorities, which she realizes is not a good thing.
Look, people can be terrible about things they don't understand. If they find you, they'll probably lock you up in a lab somewhere. It'll be bad. Trust me. The only person you can show yourself around is me. Okay? So let's practice. You ready? If you see anyone besides me, what do? Great. Perfect. Come back now. Okay, so let's say we're driving, right? We're driving, and all of a sudden... Oh, shoot! Somebody's there! Hide! Hide! Hide!
So, have you seen the clip?
I haven't seen it.
It was the clip. It said that rather than transforming into the thing when she says hide, hide, he just goes and hides behind a rock. So I always said that there was nothing more boring than hearing me complain about how much I didn't like the Transformers movies, and so I was told in advance, hey, this is the Transformers movie that you're going to like. And you know what? They're absolutely right. Nothing gives me more pleasure than to be able to say, yeah, this is the first of the Transformers movies that I've actually enjoyed. It's written by Christina Hodson, who at one point had 3 scripts on the blacklist. It's directed by Travis Knight, who from Laika, and of course directed Kubo and the Two Strings. And the reasons I like it are manifold. Firstly, it has none of that nasty, laddish, adolescent leeriness that was really the kind of the trademark of the Transformers movies that Michael Bay directed. And I mean, I always had this thing about, why are you doing with this with Transformers? It's Transformers. Why are you turning it into this kind of, porn-inflected Lear fest? I don't know why you're doing that. And this has absolutely none of that. This is much more of a piece with, do you remember Real Steel?
I do remember.
Did you enjoy Real Steel?
Yes, it was Hugh Jackman.
Exactly, huge action. And
that was a fantastic.
It was. And when Real Steel came out, I think I reviewed it by saying this is kind of the film that I wish Transformers was. That it has those joy of of robots, big steel things getting into fighting matches, but it doesn't have any of that Michael Bay leeriness. And this is much more of a piece with that. It's funny. It's kind of charming. For the first time, I found myself feeling affectionate toward a Transformer, toward a big yellow robot that transforms into a beetle, and I enjoyed it. I thought, yeah, finally. But the best thing about it is that it kind of demonstrated to me that it's not to do with a thing about Transformers. I have nothing against Transformers. The Transformers, the robots in disguise. That's what they are. The problem was always that I couldn't understand why the ones that are directed by Michael. I mean, obviously Michael Bay has handlers, but the ones that are directed by Michael Bay have that Michael Bay sensibility, which I really have a problem with. But this doesn't. This is actually it was fun, and it had a sense of the innocence that a Transformers movie should have, and it was funny. And, there's great big transformy things running around going bashy smashy, but it's fun in the way that Real Steel was fun. So there we are. There's a Transformers movie that I like. Hooray and hurrah.